Hey, Kyle Wilson here. Welcome to the channel where we talk about metaverse, crypto, and NFTs. In this episode, we'll be talking about how I think single-owned NFTs are going to be absolutely massive and worth a fortune. So let's just go ahead and dive right into the video. All right, so first things first, last year I talked about a lot of things in the Discord server when I used to do drops live in there and used to give a lot of alpha. I talked about how sub 500 and sub 1000 mints were going to be highly sought after. A lot of people early on and a lot of whales were going after those sub 100 mints, but I kept saying, those sub 200, sub 500, and sub 1000 mints are going to be more and more sought after as time goes on. And I actually got a lot of pushback back then too. And a lot of YouTubers actually went on to do videos about those mints. And then, as you know, people like Pags are big into the low mints as well. So a lot of things that I said early on actually have came to fruition, as well as one of the predictions I did predict was that there's going to be grading when it comes to NFTs. And when I'm talking about, not just comics, but I mean actual NFTs. I'm talking about the Todds, the Supermans, the Spider-Mans, because I may not know a lot about the grading when it comes to the physical side, but what I do know about is the blockchain side. When I look at the blockchain, you can see how many owners there are. You can see who owned it and maybe what country that person might have been in, at least in app. You could maybe possibly tell that in the future. So from my perspective, I could see that how there could be blockchain grading. So that's something I predicted, and I think that's going to still play out and become a thing in the future as time goes on. All right. With that being said, this is why I see single-owned NFTs as being a big potential in the near future, where as time goes on, if you're the single owner of a Todd, Superman, or Spider-Man, that could have significant meaning. It's like owning a Corvette from 1968, and then fast forward to today, you still own that, and then you go to auction to sell that car. That has significant meaning to that person that's going to buy that Corvette, right? Knowing that that Corvette was a single owned Corvette that's only been a single owner ever in the world, and it's very limited. That Corvette's going to have massive value, right? Versus it changing and exchanging hands about 10 to 20 times, because that is just kept in its prime mint condition, okay? So with Todds and NFTs and Supermans and all this other stuff on the VeVe app, while it's still going to be in pristine condition, if you look at the back end, the back end's not going to be in that pristine condition, right? You're going to see a lot of transactions that NFT, had to hop through just to get to your wallet, right? So this is why I predicted last year that there would probably be grading introduced, and a lot of people were asking how, but I was saying, like, check this out, like a single owned NFT could be worth a lot of money. And I keep seeing chatter on Twitter talking about it, and it looks like that's going to be coming to fruition as well. I see more and more OGs talking about it. And so I just wanted to drop this video because I want you to think before you sell one of your single owned NFTs, like let's say these later, basically drops like Disney, Golden Moments, and future drops as well. You may want to hodl onto those NFTs, because if you let them go, they no longer become a single owned NFT, right? They'll be somebody else's, and then they might flip it and so on. So as time goes on, 5 or 10 years later down the road, you could still have potentially the very first, let's say, Mickey or Walt, and it still be a single owned NFT, and that could be way more valuable than all those other NFTs that have changed hands. And I imagine somebody's going to make a tool that will show you who's got the single owned NFT and how much that could be worth. All right. So this is what I see coming to not only VeVe, but the macro NFT space as well, where NFT grading is going to be a for real thing. And there's going to be multiple factors of what is graded. I'm not going to go into detail about what those are, and I may do a video in the future about that and what I could see potentially happening. But I do see some of that stuff playing in, because with VeVe, they're going to introduce, with the comics, how they're going to be able to do geolocation, and these artists, all that stuff, right? The inkers, the writers, and, whatever, right? They can sign some of these comics. So I think that's going to be a thing as well, and play into the grading when it comes to some of these NFTs. But I just wanted to do this video, get it pushed out, and Hope you guys enjoy. Smash the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Hit that sub and bell so you don't miss any more videos like this. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one at the blockchain. And be like an NFT, be authentic, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.